Well, Godzilla fans have been eating good lately between Godzilla Minus One and now the new Godzilla X Kong, Godzilla Cross Kong, the new Empire trailer. I said I wasn't going to make a video today, and then this happened. As a nerdy news channel, I gotta cover it. So welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle, and let's get into the new Godzilla Cross Kong, the new Empire, I believe it's called. Before we get into this trailer reaction, hit that subscribe button, trying to get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and we've got like 80, 79, something like that to go. But yeah, let's get into it. You know, there's going to be a lot of pausing going on because it's a trailer breakdown and reaction. Also don't want to get those copyright claims. And yeah, this isn't my normal shtick. There's not a lot of woke nerd news to cover, and I'll take it. I prefer doing the positive stuff. Let's go. I'm going to say out the gate, I'm a fan of the legendary Godzilla films. Like, don't get me wrong, I prefer Toho. I'm a massive OG original Japanese Godzilla fan. The classic King Kong movie from '33, I believe, is one of my favorite movies of all time. But I like what Legendary Pictures has done, and so I'm not opposed to a new Legendary Pictures Godzilla. But Japanese is OG. Just throwing that out there. Now we got a monarch site.
We believed that life could only exist on the surface of our planet.
Well, I mean, we know that to be false because of, you know, the previous one where the hollow earth is apparently a thing. Alright, so that was clearly some sort of Kong hand. Let's roll that back a little bit, take a closer look at that. Yeah, that's a Kong hand for sure.
What else were we wrong about?
Welcome to my world.
Alright, so we're going back to the hollow earth. I mean, that's kind of to be expected.
Come on in.
There's our boy right there.
This world has more secrets than we could possibly imagine.
Miracles.
I think is she in the previous one? I don't remember. Let's be real, the human characters, minus that little deaf girl, pretty damn forgettable in these movies. So I don't even remember if she was in the last one or not, but if so, possible returning character.
Still, now and then.
Alright, so did he shrink? Was that some sort of vision? Alright, interesting. We're getting real out there for these movies, which is pretty crazy considering where Godzilla vs. Kong went.
What is that?
That's not Kong.
I like the continuity. I like that Kong still has the Godzilla dorsal fin axe, so that's a real cool, you know, attention to detail. I'm glad they kept that. It's also just a cool weapon.
What could have done this?
Alright, so look at the way these are walking. This is a society of Kongs, it looks like. Maybe this is some sort of flashback, because they make a point to say that King Kong, or I guess they've never actually called him King Kong. They make a point to say that Kong is the last of his kind in the previous film. So I'm going to guess that this is some sort of, you know, reimagining or someone having a vision or something of a time when Kong ruled the land. Hey, well, I didn't mean to pause it here, but yeah, it looks like that guy's back. Conspiracy theorist. He's one of the few human characters I actually kind of did enjoy in Godzilla vs. Kong. I enjoyed him. Okay, so we've got some sort of ancient civilization, which I like. That's very akin to classic King Kong. You know, back in the olden days of King Kong, you had, you know, the villagers that would pray to Kong. That's in the story. So it looks like we're seeing that, but maybe now that those villagers, those aboriginals, were you know, in the hollow earth. So that's interesting.
Kong can't stop this on his own.
He won't be alone.
Finally! Oh my god, we're 2 minutes into a 3-minute trailer and we're just now getting some Godzilla. This is what I've been waiting for. This is, again, no shade to Kong. I love King Kong, but let's be real. Everybody's here for our favorite giant nuclear lizard. It took long enough. Alright, so Godzilla pink now. I can only imagine there's going to be a lot of individuals talking about how that is an allegory to trans rights or trans people. So yeah, Godzilla's trans now. It is confirmed. I know a lot of us anti-wokers were going to be real upset about it and just make video after video, but, you know, trans Godzilla, it is a thing. Thanks. No, I'm clearly freaking joking. I don't mind this at all. I'm wondering if there's obviously there's going to be a reason for it. Don't know what the reason is going to be. It looks kind of similar to the Space Godzilla design, the original Space Godzilla, you know, from Toho. I don't know, maybe this is going to be a reference, which I'm going to loop back to that later. I have some thoughts on kind of what they're doing as far as the monsters go. I think we're going to chain a... Oh, okay, it's skeleton, it's bones. I was like, is he wearing a bandolier of bullets? Alright, that's pretty sick looking, I won't lie. That's a cool design. I have no idea. He's definitely an original creation from Legendary Pictures. That, to my knowledge, is not part of the original, you know, slate of kaiju that were so famous in the, I mean, really the 30s, but starting in the 50s through about the 70s or so, which, I mean, they've had original characters before. The Mutos were original. I wish we were getting more classic Toho monsters, but I don't know, maybe there's a rights issue. Oh no, I'm not bummed, it's a cool look. The mobility on Legendary Godzilla is insane. Like, after just getting out of Godzilla -1 and seeing the very classic slow lumbering, minimal movement in like the thigh and leg area, seeing this Godzilla sprinting is almost jarring. Like Legendary Godzilla has just such different mobility, and I like it. I love Godzilla -1. In fact, I like that version of Godzilla probably better than this Legendary one for a multitude of reasons. However, it is cool to see these two different versions of Godzilla existing simultaneously. The Japanese version that we've had with Godzilla -1 and Shin Godzilla, and the Legendary version, because they do both still feel like Godzilla, and I appreciate that. Godzilla x Kong, the new empire, cross Kong.
Is that a mini Kong?
And that was the trailer for Godzilla Cross Kong, the New Empire. I got some thoughts. I'm actually a bit worried about this. I'm not near as jazzed or hyped for this as I was Godzilla -1. Like, watching this trailer, it looked good. Like the visual effects looked really well done. I enjoyed the way. I'm sure this is going to be another multi-$100 million movie when we've already seen we don't need that. Godzilla -1 looks beautiful on a $15 million budget. So I really can't say that, hey, I'm excited for this. Yeah, it's visually stunning, but I bet you could have done more with less. I really do. I'm not sold on the villain yet, the you know, Red Kong kaiju. Now, I'm wondering what they're gonna do with this. Like my initial thought is there's gotta be a reason they've never called Kong King Kong in these movies. You know, he's always been called Kong, so I'm wondering if maybe they're trying to do like some sort of bait and switch to where that is the OG King Kong, and now this Kong is going to take the mantle. But I'm going to be real, I don't care. Like, as much as he's got a decent design, and there could be a cool story there, you've got an entire backlog of MonsterVerse villains you can use. You teased us with Godzilla King of the Monsters. You gave us Rodan, my second favorite kaiju of all time after Godzilla. You gave us Rodan. You gave us Mothra. You gave us Ghidorah. Where's Destroya? Where's Gigan? There's so many other kaiju out there from the various past Godzilla films that you could use, and you're giving us original characters. Like, I don't know, I'm not sold on that. I'm also not sold on the idea that it's Godzilla's name is in the title first. It's Godzilla Cross Kong, but he's barely in the trailer. It feels like he's not going to be coming to the forefront till a while into the movie. Now, maybe that's just them saying, hey, we know the people are here for Godzilla. You know, leave them wanting more. Wet their whistle, wait till a little bit in, then show him, get people on the edge of their seat. I really hope we're going to get a lot of Godzilla in this film, because Godzilla vs. Kong, let's be real, was more of a Kong film. It had a whole lot more Kong in it, which makes sense because, you know, Godzilla had already had his movie, then Godzilla King of the Monsters, and Kong had only had Kong Skull Island. So, like, you needed to kind of keep it even, keep it balanced, but I don't really want more of a Kong movie featuring Godzilla. I want a Godzilla and Kong movie, or a Godzilla movie featuring Kong. Either way, either Godzilla needs top billing or the two need equal screen time. I didn't really get that impression from this trailer. And my final complaint is I kind of feel like this is Toy Story 4. And what I mean is Godzilla vs. Kong is like Toy Story 3 in that it ended brilliantly. Like, the saga should have been put to bed there. I love how Godzilla vs. Kong ends. I loved how Toy Story 3 ends. So when they made Toy Story 4, it was fine. Like, I don't got anything against it, but it really didn't live up to justifying its existence after how well the third one ended. This movie, I'm kind of getting the same vibe. Like, yeah, this looks like it'll be a fun movie, but I really, really do like Godzilla vs. Kong. I probably watched it 4 times since it came out. I saw it opening day on IMAX. Like, I like how it sort of ended the MonsterVerse. We all knew there was probably going to be more films, but they could have taken a different route than just bringing Godzilla and Kong back together again for what seems like a lesser version of the previous entry. Again, much like Toy Story 4 did with Toy Story 3. But I'm not altogether upset at this. I mean, I'm definitely going to be seeing it in theaters. I'm definitely going to be seeing it in IMAX. This is absolutely the sort of film you need to see in IMAX. And you know what? I can't complain. I don't normally do trailer reactions, and now I've done 2 in the last couple days, and then made a video about Furiosa 3 days before that. Like, I've been saying since the inception of my channel, I want this political, woke Hollywood crap to end, and for us just to have good entertainment. And you know what? I'm starting to get that vibe. I'm starting to get that feeling again that, you know, here's what we want to do. We want to just sit here and be nerds and talk about the nerdy things that we love. We want to talk about Godzilla and Kong, and we want to talk about anime and these crazy things that politics haven't touched. So if, you know, my channel eventually gets to the point where we're only covering positive stuff, man, that would be glorious. That would mean we won this culture war, or that we've got such an advance on the culture war that we don't have to make videos about everything being called woke every single day. And in individual moments like these, when we can just kick back, watch a trailer, and be like, alright, here's my thoughts as a nerd. Like, I'm not going to sit here and look for any sort of wokeness in Godzilla vs. Kong. We haven't had that in any other, you know, legendary Godzilla films, for one. And second, that's just not what I want to do. No one saw it in the trailer. It's not there. I'm sure you're going to see people finding, you know, hidden meanings. Oh, they had, you know, insert, like, I made that joke about Godzilla being trans because, you know, he had the light up pink / purplish back, as opposed to his traditionally blue atomic breath. But clearly that was a joke. All in all, this is what real nerd culture is like, and it seems like we're getting back to that. Now we're just going to be nitty-gritty fanboys about, are they doing it correctly? You know, actually, Goku's eyes are more green than blue. Like, you know, things like that. And if that's what nerd culture is getting back to, I'm all for it. So all in all, this trailer looks great. It looks like a lot of fun. The human characters could definitely use some work. Maybe they fix that in this version, because I just do not care about the human characters in these legendary films. Again, except for that little deaf, I think she was deaf, you know, native girl in Godzilla vs. Kong. She was adorable. She was in this trailer. It looks like she's grown up a bit, so it's going to be cool to see where this goes. Yeah, all in all, I want to know your guys' thoughts. Are you going to go see this in theater? Have you seen Godzilla -1? Do you prefer the legendary version to the recent, to the Japanese versions? If you answer there is a wrong answer to that question, and my God, my comments be saved. But yeah, all in all, let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word, or let me know, obviously, down in the comments below. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day, so if you like nerdy news, hit that subscribe button. We are almost at 2,000 subscribers, and remember, you can find me on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon, because it's all here in the nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.